In welcoming you all to this International Day of Mourning service, I wish to acknowledge the land upon which we meet, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I wish to welcome all of the families who have joined us online today for this special service. Can I also welcome today's speakers, Minister Kevin Anderson, Minister for Better Regulation and Innovation, Ms Jodie McKay, Leader of the New South Wales Opposition, Mark Morey, Secretary, Unions New South Wales, and Rita Malia, President of CFMMEU. I'd also like to welcome musicians Liam Burrows and Jodie Cohen, who are performing in this service. And we'll also be hearing from family members today, and I wish to especially thank them, as I know how difficult this will be for them. And I'd also like to welcome those presiding over this service. Reverend Bill Cruz from the Exodus Foundation, Rabbi Dr. Benjamin Elton from the Great Synagogue, and Imam Farnham Khalil from the Hills District Muslim Society. I would also like to welcome all of our other guests, including politicians from the federal and New South Wales state parliaments, Deputy Mayor Linda Scott, union representatives and all other guests. And in commencing this service, I would now like to introduce Anne Weldon, who will deliver the Welcome to Country.
As a Wiradjuri Kuribalang, it is with honour that I stand before you here today to conduct a Welcome to Country. And in keeping with my cultural protocol, I acknowledge all elders past and present for the many, many sacrifices that our elders have made to create a better future for us all. But undeniably, history has certainly dealt my people unjust treatment, and sadly we witness and continue to be paralysed by these unfortunate injustices. But we are a living testament to a history of ongoing strong commitment, determination, hardship, pride of culture and the essence to go forward in the 21st century. And as a Wiradjuri Kuribalang, I would like you to celebrate, to be proud and stand with us so that we can all go forward together. And it is certainly an honour for me to have been asked to conduct the Welcome to Country for Unions New South Wales for the International Day of Mourning 2020. For it is indeed a humble privilege for me to be before you. It is with pride that I welcome everybody to Aboriginal land, and may we all go forward together. Keep safe and strong, and may my people spirit walk and guide you as we continue on our journey. Thank you.
These are indeed challenging times. The world as we knew it has changed dramatically for every single person, and we now have to find new ways to do things that are most important to us, like delivering this service online. I want to acknowledge the work of Unions New South Wales, Campaign Edge, the New South Wales Government, Safe Work New South Wales in bringing this service to you. We know how important this day is to you and your families, and we continue to think of you at this very sad time. We know the tragic and unexpected loss of your loved one has left you, your family and friends with enormous pain that never leaves. As Acting General Secretary of the Nurses and Midwives Association, I cannot tell you how proud I am of our members out there on the front line, facing the invisible enemy on a daily basis and doing everything they can, often with limited resources, to ensure all of us are cared for adequately in this pandemic that we don't know how or when it will end. The safety of every worker in every industry is paramount, and my union is working daily to make sure the resources, both human and material, are in place to protect them from the ravages of this virus. Not so easy though, as the shortages were there before the pandemic hit. We've seen frontline nurses and doctors across the world succumb to this virus, and the least we can do for those people is to lobby, protest, do anything we have to ensure their safety as they ensure our care. Please keep them in your thoughts in these unprecedented circumstances. I would now like to introduce Mark Morey, Secretary of Unions New South Wales.
I'd like to welcome everyone to this year's International Day of Mourning. I'd like to welcome the families who are here who have lost someone due to workplace death or illness. Many of the families have been with us since the inception of this event. Some families are here for the first time, and I welcome everyone. This year, with COVID-19 across the world, we're unable to have a public gathering. But our event, our ceremony is so important to the New South Wales Union movement that we were determined not to let this virus even stop us from gathering together, although it's in our homes across the state. It is a very difficult time. It is a time when we, as workers, as family, as friends, reflect and think of those who we've lost in a workplace accident or because of a workplace illness. It is even more poignant this year when we think of all those workers currently on the front line, whether they be in health, education, retail and transport and many other industries, making sure that we are safe and we're able to continue to live in our society safely during this crisis. It is always workers on the front line. It is always workers that are susceptible to dying as they do their jobs. This year, it is so important that we remember those who we have lost, but also we take the time to reflect on those who will be lost in the coming weeks and months because of this virus. Workers hold this community together. Safety should be there to protect them, and whether it's today, next week or next month, we must continue to ensure every worker who goes to work is safe at work, is able to work safely, but more importantly, come home safely. Today's International Day of Mourning, we will take time to think about those we have lost. Although we are not together, it is so important that we continue to mark this day, no matter what the circumstances. Thank you very much for participating in this. This is an important day for the union movement in New South Wales. Thank you.
Hello, it's Kevin Anderson here, Minister for Better Regulation and Innovation, also the Minister responsible for safe work. On this International Day of Mourning, we pause to remember those who have lost their lives in a workplace accident. We normally mark this day with commemorative events, but we're in uncertain times. So today, we commemorate virtually with parents, friends, loved ones, siblings, children, brothers, sisters, and anyone else who has lost a loved one in a workplace accident. No one should have to go through what you've gone through. And with further work by regulators and support from people across all levels of industry, we can continue to reduce those statistics as much as possible. Keeping New South Wales workers safe is my priority, and I'll do everything I can to promote safety across all industries and prevent workplace incidents into the future. As the Minister responsible for safe work in New South Wales, I want to ensure all workers are afforded the right to a safe workplace. They have the right to go home to their loved ones at the end of the day. Once again, I would like to offer my condolences to all of you as we remember those who we have lost.
Hi everyone, I'm Jodie McKay, the New South Wales Labor leader. April 28th is International Day of Mourning, a day when we commemorate all those who've lost their lives, have suffered illness or of course been injured in the workplace. On behalf of New South Wales Labor, I want everyone who has gone through such a difficult time in losing someone simply because they went to work to know that we are there for you and we support you, and on this day we think of you. It's been such a difficult time for us. We've gone through the bushfires in recent times, and we know that our firefighters and our emergency service personnel were out there day after day trying to save our communities and save lives, but some of them lost their life. To those families, I want you to know we're thinking of you. I want you to know that you are in our thoughts and in our hearts. In this global pandemic, we have our health workers and all our essential workers who are trying to keep our community moving in such difficult circumstances. I want you to know we think of you today and we thank you for giving up your time, for going out there day after day for us. Thank you. And finally, thanks to Mark Morey and the team at Unions New South Wales. Who would have thought that we would be commemorating the International Day of Mourning like this? But you've made sure that we are commemorating the International Day of Mourning, and that's so incredibly important. So thank you to everyone who is a part of this really important commemoration day. And again, I just want to pass on my best wishes to those families and friends who've lost loved ones in the workplace. We are thinking of you.
I'm really honoured to be here today. I'm really sorry that we can't be all together and we can't share our pain together. But I want you to know you're not forgotten, you're not left. And in this time of coronavirus, all the attention is on the workers who are actually dying because of trying to save lives. So it's a very difficult time for us all. And it brings back all the sadnesses, brings it all back. And in lots of ways, your sadness of another death at work at this time is not forgotten. That's what I want you to know. It's not forgotten. We remember the death of your loved one. Your loved one. You're the one you miss every night. And we also remember those who are struggling today trying to save lives. And I've been thinking, what can I say? What can I say? In this age of fake news, what can I say? And I've realised the words echo down through the ages. And they come to us often in groups like the Psalms, you know, and the 23rd Psalm. The Lord's my shepherd, I'm getting upset, sorry, I shall not want. He leads me beside the still waters, he restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which we're all walking now, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Amen.
It's an important day. We remember individuals who should have gone home, but unfortunately they didn't. We are reminded of families who lost their loved ones, who remember their loved ones every day of the year and every year of their lives. It's unacceptable, shameful, disgrace that such things even happen in 21st century. These aren't things any community should compromise on. On this day, we come together to reflect on all lives that have been lost. We pause to think about fathers, husbands, brothers, sons, mates, mothers, daughters, wives who went to work, but they didn't come home. One loss of life is too many. All workplace deaths are preventable. A story comes to mind of a man who wanted to change the whole world, but he couldn't. And then he decided he wanted to change the nation, but he couldn't. And then he decided he's going to change his own town, but he couldn't. And then he decided he's going to change his family, but he couldn't. And now he's turned old and he realized if only he had changed himself, that would have been an impact on his family. And from that would be an impact on the village, on the town. And from that would be an impact on the whole nation. And that could have changed the whole world. I want to leave you with a famous quote. Hope is not the conviction that will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense regardless of how it turns out. And finally, I just want to praise all the frontline workers and the medical staff that have been working tirelessly in this pandemic. Thank you very much.
I am Rabbi Elton from the Great Synagogue in Sydney, and it is my privilege to join this memorial service for those who lost their lives while at work. It is surely a terrible thing when someone in the prime of their life loses their life, often leaving behind loved ones and dependents. I wish all those who've been bereaved every comfort and every sympathy, and wish them strength as they forge a new life ahead of them. I will now recite the Jewish memorial prayer. El molei rachamim, shochein pamromim, hamatzei menucha nechona, al kanfei hashechina, b'malos kedoshim utahorim, kazoha harakia masirim, es nishmos kol shehumsu, bimkomos avodosom, v'gan eden tehei menuchosom, lachein bal harachamim, yastirein b'seiser kanafav li'olamim, v'yitzror b'trachayim es nishmoseihem, Adonai hu nachalasom, v'yanuchu v'shalom al mishkavoseihem, v'namar Amen. May their souls rest in peace, and let us say, Amen.
Let us now have a minute's silence as we remember your loved one. Amen.
On April 28 each year, countries around the world pause to remember loved ones who have lost their lives due to a workplace incident or occupational disease. And we encourage all employers and workers across the state to take time on this International Day of Mourning to think about the significance of work health and safety and how much workplace incidents can affect those around them. Today I personally commemorate my son Christopher and all the loved ones who went to work and never came home. Today I also honour all the ones who have lost a loved one, especially the mums out there who bear a broken heart that will never mend. As a mum, losing a child is the worst tragedy that could ever happen, especially when the tragedy should never have happened in the first place. My son Christopher Casanetti died a horrible and frightening death when a 17-metre scaffold collapsed and crushed him on the 1st of April last year. It'll be a year that all my family and friends and the rest of Sydney will never forget. Christopher, in memory of your life so beautifully lived that was taken too soon, and a heart so deeply loved and a smile that is so greatly missed. And yes, we all miss you so much, and life without you is extremely hard. But I know that you are here in spirit to guide and protect us. May you rest in your forever peace. You will always be in my heart. I love you, Mum. I would like to take this opportunity to send blessings and pray for all workers to stay safe, and I promise to fight for Christopher's law to bring in tougher consequences and penalties so that workers have rights to a safer workplace. And on behalf of my husband, Rob, my beautiful boys, Adriano and Michael, we would like to thank everyone for their continued support as we endure Christopher's loss.
I've been asked today to share our story and hopefully help spread awareness to the importance of safety in all workplaces, because everybody deserves to come home safely from work each day, but unfortunately that's not always the case. In November 2018, my husband, William Finch, lost his life to a workplace accident. He was one of 190 people killed that year. And to add a little more sting to an already unbearable pain is that it was avoidable. I had everything I ever wanted in Will. He was my happily ever after. A workplace accident cost me my soulmate. It cost my baby his father. It cost our family and friends somebody that they love dearly. Nobody should have to go through that. I don't really know how to describe to you all what safe work means, but I'll describe what it means to us. It means that a father comes home from work at the end of each day, a husband's there to have dinner with his family, a daddy's around to kick a ball in the yard with his son, or even a mate available to go fishing for the day. Instead of planning my son's birthday for the following weekend, we were planning a funeral. It breaks my heart to know that we're not the only people in this situation. We're not the first to go through an experience like this, and we won't be the last. I really hope that in sharing a glimpse of our pain, that we can maybe open one person's eyes to the importance of safety in the workplace. This is a pain that we'll carry with us forever. It's a pain that will last us a lifetime.
Memory lights, a place for reflection. Today, people around the world mourn the loss of life, of workers killed, a father, a son, a daughter, a wife. The pain still hurts, for in our heart exists an empty hole, a needless tragic death that's pierced our inner soul. For the death of workers, there is no excuse. We must organise the throng and defend the rights of working people to fight the wretched wrong. And as we reflect on the lives of those we love, we miss, we pine, let us leave messages, thoughts and gifts here at Memory Lights, a poem by Chris Christopher.
shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine, but
In closing this service, can I please thank all of our speakers, those presiding over this service, our wonderful musicians, all our special guests, and especially all the families participating today who have tragically lost loved ones through their work. It's been an absolute honour to be part of this service, and can I once again thank all those who made it possible.